as short as possible because I'm gonna do a variety of streams tonight. So I'm not gonna try to spend between 30 and 40 minutes or even an hour doing these streams. I'm gonna try to keep them all under 10 minutes. But let's start with Ryan Clark. In case you guys don't know, Ryan Clark was let go by ESPN and a shocking move. It was announced that Ryan Clark was removed from ESPN as analyst, but Ryan has other things. He has the Pivot podcast, and he still has a gig with the actual NFL. So then not to mention, he'll eventually get his pension from the NFL. So I don't think Ryan Clark is hurting for money. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he's headed for a skid row. So, with that being said, a lot of people wanted to see Ryan Clark get fired because, you know, Ryan Clark have went directions that a lot of people don't like to talk about when it pertains to race issues because you still have these morons and not even, Caucasian people or non-black people. You have black people that are cowards and that try to pretend that race doesn't play an issue in everyday life when obvious it does. If you one of them people, and this is real talk, I don't care what you look like. If you try to say that racism doesn't exist, I already know that I cannot trust you and I don't want to be around you. Does every single thing come down to race? No. But do most things come down to race? Absolutely. And like I said, to me, I feel like ESPN did him a favor. I feel at this point he was too good for ESPN. ESPN is trash. They can keep, they can keep people like Malika Andrews with her black man ass because I got a video about her coming up soon. I'm gonna do a live about her and how despicable she is and how anti-black man she is, despite the fact having a black father. If Malika Andrews didn't have a black father, she would be a full-blown racist slash white supremacist. But it just goes to show you, you know, um, which I've been saying for a while. Just because you are a white man that's married to a black woman or a white woman that is married to a black man does not exclude you or exempt you from having, views. That's been proven time and time again, or quote unquote, you say you have black friends, still doesn't mean that you're not, a racist or has a racist, racist thoughts. I've proven that time and time again on several occasions. You know, sexual desires has nothing to do with, with your thought process or your talking points. You know, it doesn't. I'm just keeping it 100. Them slave masters didn't give a damn about those black women. They just like having, they just like having sex with them. Look how they treated Sarah Bartman. So, I mean, come on, let's not have these type of conversations. Don't sit up here and try to insult my intelligence or the people that follow me's intelligence. We know ESPN has demonstrated over numerous occasions, years, that they are anti-black man, anti-black athlete. I mean, they proved it how they treated Kyrie Irving just for saying he wanted to watch a damn movie. They made it look like this man, went around, just saying that he wanted to, demonstrating full-fledged, quote unquote, what they would be considering hate speech. Didn't even say nothing. He just said that, and he was labeled public enemy number one. But Jerry Jones, a picture shows up of him at a full-fledged, Jim Crow rally, and nobody says nothing. Did Josh Giddy is, Josh Giddy is attached to, you know, possibly being with underage girls. Not a big deal. So ESPN has been trash. Fuck them. You know, if you if you in Ryan Clark's shoes, you should be like, good riddance. I'm free. I'm free. A big burden has been taken off my shoulders. You know, it's the old saying, all money ain't good money. I don't know what they was paying um, Ryan Clark. In all likelihood, Ryan Clark is going to get a severance package because I'm pretty sure his agent worked that out. And in all likelihood, listen, when you fired from any job, you pretty much get a severance package. You know, spent all the years you've been there, they accumulate vacation time, you know, PTO, sick days, all that stuff. And, you know, they give you a decent package. And then, you know, he had a contractual, you know, obligation. So whatever was left on his contract, in all likelihood, they have to pay him, you know, if not all of it, the remainder of it. So he's going to receive some kind of severance package. So he'll be fine, you know, so he'll be fine. And like I said, I find it funny going into this NFL season. Keep in mind, ESPN, ABC was going to cover the Super Bowl. You know, we all know that ABC is under the umbrella of Disney. ESPN, ABC are all under the Disney umbrella. So this means Disney was going to get the Super Bowl. Now, the ESPN team, Monday Night Football team, in all likelihood, I don't remember who's the ESPN Monday Night Football crew. The only one I remember is Troy Aikman. I think Joe Buck is still with him, but that's about it. But I just wanted to say this with Ryan Clark because you know the thing is with Ryan Clark, uh, I'll be talking to Ryan Clark, you know, on social media. You know, he responds, I respond back. You know, keep trying to tell y'all will be surprised who follow me and who I talk to. Now, trying to get these guys on my platform, that's a totally different story. But you know, I'll send Ryan Clark a message. So, you know, with that being said, he'll be all right. But still, I wish the best for him. You still be able to watch the Pivot podcast, and Ryan Clark got a lot of things lined up. He'll be fine. To me, I feel like this is freedom. Anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.